Hey, cousin, what's going on? You looking fly over there.
Crying good.
So you want a giveaway in
Sure did.
the BYOK Facebook page. So tell us about it. Where did you win?
I won these beautiful earrings. Y'all see it? Hold on, let me focus. I don't YouTube be like and then I won these glasses, which are so cute. Watch me. I'm gonna wear them, especially when I go out. I got a trip in May. I'm gonna bring these with me.
Okay, and that's the Lavish Looks by Miss Metchi. You better get it. You better Vogue. You better Vogue.
Oh, let me look. Here we go. Here we go.
Love it, love it,
Bro, they
love
be
it.
cracking me up when on YouTube. I know they be trying to do that to focus. It's just so funny.
What you been up to, man?
Man, trying to live. That's all I can do. Trying to be a positive person. Trying to like be a light in this world, child.
I love that. I like your hair. Was your hair like that last time?
It was. See, you tried it. It ain't been that long, cause don't even do that.
But I'm saying like I don't remember it. That's what I'm saying. I like your hair.
Okay, the headband wasn't here,
Oh, that's the
and
difference.
yeah, that's the difference.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
don't
took
see
I
this
took
on
off
here.
the wig. I took off the wig and put some braids
I'm
in.
glad you got some braids.
Don't come at me. But cousin, I look at this. I've been putting the scarf on too tight. I done messed around and bruised
You
my
trying
phone.
to mess up your forehead? What the hell?
What I'm trying to do is keep it flat because these are knotless and my hair likes to go poof. So I've been trying to do what I
Ain't
can to keep
hey, but
it.
ain't no way it's gonna be puff because it's not list. It don't work like that.
Well, when it grow out, the new growth gonna be puff, right?
I guess, girl. I mean, just put some mousse on it and wrap it and let it sit, and then it's like new if it get puffy like that.
Oh, but this right here should not be happening.
You trying to kill your forehead, poor forehead. I would never do that to you, forehead. I don't make sure you.
Oh my God. So once again, you all, this is another unconventional episode of Cousin Chat.
Yeah, we wing it this
We have
time.
a topic, but as you know, we may veer off.
Winging it.
Black History Month, like I feel like Black History Month media wise has been about Whoopi Goldberg and Kanye and Kim Kardashian. That's all I'm seeing.
First of all, I'm like, y'all want to do this shit on Black History Month? First of all,
First day they got Whoopi.
I just want to say I don't even like. I don't know. Some people might feel some type of way when I say this. I don't care for Black History Month because I celebrate it all year round. Like that's just me. Like I feel like a month, and then it's the shortest month ain't enough.
Well, I think we picked that. Like I think, I'm about to go to Google. Hopefully I can find.
You know what? Okay, see, this is the historian finna come out of me. You
Oh,
right.
do you know why
I
Black
know
History
why.
Month? Okay, go
It's just
ahead.
okay because Abraham Lincoln birthdays in February, and Frederick Douglass birthdays in February. I think that was like one of the reasons why it was picked on February. Which I get the significance, although both of them are kind of trash people, but that's another story. That's
Frederick Douglass?
he's like I mean, okay, let's be real, right? He did some good things, but he was problematic. Like if you really read into these people, the people that's supposed to be our heroes, some of them are very problematic as hell, and it's just like, ooh. But that's another story. So that's one of the reasons why it was picked in February. But the way that it has come about, and it's just like how these companies want to try to, gain money from it and stuff. And it's just like I'm done with it. Like okay, like with Bath and Body Works, they had the
Oh Lord.
that kente cloth looking stuff. I mean, I think the proceeds was going to a good thing, but I'm just like, y'all using the same scent that y'all already got. I thought at least y'all could have made some new scent. You know what I'm saying? Hell,
Yeah.
I don't care if it smell like cocoa butter. Okay, I'll take that. I probably would have bought it. But y'all using the same scent, man. Y'all could have kept that. And then it's y'all first year doing that. Y'all ain't never give a fuck about I know you have to cut that out. But y'all ain't never give a damn about Black History Month. Now y'all do.
Well, it's the trendy thing now. You know, ever since
That's
the
what
Black Lives Matter thing, it's
right.
been trendy to include us Negro folks.
Not the oh girl that said Negro. Girl,
And
you
that's how I
people
feel.
cuss
That's
you
how
out.
I feel the thought pattern be though. It'd be like, oh yes, let's include these Negro folks because
Right. But
it's
that's what that
traditional thinking. It's not forward thinking. So that's what makes me think like that's the thought pattern of that. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
And just to confirm, listeners, she is a historian. And as soon as she said it and Google popped up, that is exactly why Black History Month is.
I mean, I minored in African American history. Like
I know you did.
I know
I
I'm
just
like
want to let them know that that
I
is
mean,
correct.
look who raised me.
That is true.
Okay,
Tell
Uncle
them a
Bubba.
little bit about. Tell them a little bit about like Uncle Bubba and well, it's our my her grandmother, my aunt, and our uncle. They
Our
were
great
teachers. They were
uncle.
educators.
Yes, and
Yeah,
Uncle Bubba was like the history. Was he a history teacher?
I have no clue.
I don't know. I know he
I
taught,
would
but
think so, but
I
I
think
don't
so.
know.
But I
And
mean,
who
I
would know
like
that?
between. Of course, my mama introduced it, but she got it from Uncle Bubba.
Yeah.
He had so many books. Like every time I would visit him, it's just like going to a library. He has so many books
Yes, he
about
did.
Black history. It was I be trying to sneak them books, and he be like, "Hell,
He
yeah,
knew when you try to take a book, and then if you do take
girl,
a book, you better
you would
return
get
it.
lucky if you get some."
You caught him on a good day, like
Right.
for real.
So
Yeah.
I learned a lot. I'm forever thankful. I'm not trying to cry. Uh, yeah, not gonna do it today, but
No, because then I'll
I
cry.
I know I'm not. We're not gonna have that again. That was on the first episode. We ain't doing that shit again. So, but yeah. So and just I really appreciate that because between them, it just made me proud to be African American. You know what I'm saying? Proud who I am. Like I know my history, and then even learning in college, I learned so many stuff. I was like, whoa, learn more stuff. So
Okay. Well, you know, I don't really think Black History was celebrated too much in the media either. Besides, you know, the foolery from, like you said, Bath. I always want to call them Bed Bath and Beyond,
me
Bath
too,
and
girl.
Body Works, and like I said, we've been Whoopi. They got her on
Oh,
the
they got
first
her.
day.
I said, y'all playing this out. Y'all knew what to talk about, when to talk about it. This had to be planned out because y'all could have been talking about this and y'all gonna do it near Black History Month. Y'all playing this. Y'all been wanting Whoopi gone. That's what it is. Because Megan, this is what I want to say. Megan, ugly pig looking ass, always say some controversial shit and she don't get suspended or nothing. Oh, but here come Whoopi. Oh, the black wasn't really lying. Now she's suspended. Man,
But
what?
she's suspended off of something that nobody knew. I was in the what do you call them things on them little rooms on Apple, the clubhouse I think,
Oh yeah,
and
Clubhouse.
I
Yeah.
was in the clubhouse and all the black people in the clubhouse was like, we had no clue that Jewish was a race. We thought it was a religion. Like everybody was in there like no one knew this. So she really said that like she didn't mean no disrespect, but who knew that? Anyway, you know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like nobody had knowledge of that at all in their room at all.
So you saying nobody knew about the Whoopi Goldberg situation?
No, nobody knew that Jewish was a race.
Okay,
Nobody knew
okay. Let's
that
get
Jewish was
into it.
like none of the black
Let's
people in the clubhouse knew.
let's
Like it was blacks and Jewish people
yeah.
in the clubhouse and the black people in there was like we had no clue.
Let's get into it though, right? Because let's be real. Jewish is not a race, that's a religion. Now, granted, okay, what Hitler was talking about as far as making being a pure race, that was not saying that Jewish is a race. He's just saying that he don't want nothing that's not whatever religion they believed in, right? Because
Mm.
obviously it was the opposite of what Jews was, but that's not a race. Because when you apply for stuff, when y'all come to America, what y'all gonna put? You gonna put other than Jewish? That ain't no mother.
That's not even on any of the applications, and it's
Exactly.
not at all. And so the people in the clubhouse were just kind of like, we didn't know this. And so the Jewish was trying to explain. They said it's that, what did he call it? He called it it's an ethno something race, like ethno religious race or something like that. So it could be a religion, and it could be a race. But my
Right.
thing is, if that's the case, then why on any of these little census and all of these applications we have,
Why y'all
you
not on
don't
it?
have Polish, Italian, this and that. And my whole thing is, while we're on this, I heard that they're trying to get the Asians to hit the white
Girl,
checkbox
girl.
to lessen the amount of minority.
I first of all, I knew that was about to happen because half them, don't get me wrong, I got some Asian friends, but half them Asians think they already white anyway. They think they got that privilege. So it behooved me. It behooved me when all that stuff was happening for them Asians and they wanted our black asses to help them and protest with them. Why you want our help? Y'all don't even think y'all don't even think y'all white anyway. What the you want help for?
Oh, you was one of those people. I was
Yeah,
like, we should
because listen,
all, I was indifferent on that because my whole thing is, if you look back in American history, the Chinese was getting it really bad too. So I'm trying to figure out why anybody would agree with not checking the Asian box, because you earn that, because they weren't including them to come over here either.
exactly,
You
and
know
it's
what I'm
just
saying?
like y'all holler inclusive or y'all holler togetherness when y'all getting y'all shit beat up. But when it's our turn, y'all give a y'all do not care. That's why I was like, and I made that very clear. Like I have Asian friends, but let's be very clear. They they know the black community. They will be a part of the black community. They will help out. What I was talking about was those people that like back in the 90s, remember the old girl in LA?
Who?
Um I think it was Latasha or something. When them LA riots happening.
Oh,
And they thought the girl was stealing, but she wasn't. She had money in her hand. And the Asian woman shot her in the back.
I don't remember that.
It's so many times Asians have attacked us and it's been public, ain't nothing happened. Now, granted, okay, yeah, there have been some African Americans that attack Asians, but let's be real. I mean, I ain't gonna say it's not the same, but the magnitude of it is not the same. And then also too, y'all in our neighborhoods. We ain't in y'all neighborhoods.
Well, they in our neighborhoods and they making money in our
Exactly.
neighborhoods and following us around the store like we all criminals in our neighborhood. But here's the thing, we allow that in our neighborhood. So
Child,
that can go both ways in a sense, you know what I'm saying? But now there aren't being more. It's late. There are more black owned nail
yeah.
shops and black owned beauty shops, look like, beauty supply stores
Yeah.
starting to pop up too though. So we trying to take our
So we
neighborhood back.
trying, but see, that's another thing too. Like, let's be real. We want businesses, but they don't give it. They don't give us loans and stuff. They'll give it to the Asians, the Arabs, all them people, but they don't give it to us because we black.
Well, the money is out there and you have to really like search to get it. You know what I'm
And
saying?
you have to
Like,
know somebody, because let's
yeah.
be real. Come on, somebody can have a black person, a black African American, whatever, can have A1 credit and still not get it because of the color of their skin. They have to fight teeth and nail to get that. Whereas somebody else ain't probably got the bare minimum, but they getting it.
Well, it wasn't designed for us in the first place. I feel like
This
the
is
anger
true.
comes from when people get like defeated and upset, like because the system isn't working, but it wasn't designed to work for us anyway.
And
We
that's
got
what
to make it work, work for us. So
exactly
I think the being defeated over that is in a sense
it's just
maybe not,
pointless.
like kind of pointless, because we're in a system that was designed to go against us in the first, to be against us.
Exactly.
So yeah.
That's yeah, no, I agree. That's a valid point. That's why I'm just like, mm-mm. That's how I be doing my own thing. I try not to go the route of the man, as some people would say. Yeah, girl. Mm-hmm.
So you're saying that you're pretty much saying that Black History Month is something that Black History you just celebrate that all year round. So
Yeah, like
there is no bearing really
I ain't
in
finna
the
get
month of
extra
February.
spicy because of February. I'm doing it the whole year. Every year. I am Black History Month. I am Black History Month. Every year. I ain't finna be extra because man. Oh that man.
And that's true. We are supposed to celebrate us all the time, but I think we get those months because we got what the Latino month and the Women month and the Asian month and this and that. So they want to commemorate all of the minorities, throughout the year. But really, you should be proud of you every day,
Exactly.
because like you said, I am Black History. We are Black History every day. However, in this month, I don't know if you have Hulu or Netflix or
Oh
whatever
yeah, they have.
any streaming, all of a sudden you see Black inspired this and Black inspired that. So that is the subject that we actually were getting on today because a lot of Black people are kind of sick of the media capitalizing on Black trauma because if we're talking about Black history, it's not all traumatic,
It's not,
especially now, like it's not all traumatic and it wasn't all traumatic back then. No one really highlights Black Harlem, like not Black
the
Harlem,
Renaissance.
Black Wall Street. Then there was a town that
Harlem
I
Renaissance
think, but
stuff.
I think they don't bring up the stuff that we had going because then you'd have to mention them like tearing it up.
Yeah, they don't want to mention that white people are really barbaric and then they're evil. They're the devils. Why do you think
And,
they call it the white devils? Now,
and I think that's why some of our like triumphs kind of get like pushed to
just
the
to the
side
side.
because you'd have to remind everybody like, oh yeah, I don't know the town, I don't know the name of the town, but I remember there was a Black town and then it just got burnt to the ground,
Well, it's
like
a lot of black towns.
yeah, but it's the one in particular I
Was it
can't
in North
think of.
Carolina?
I don't know, I don't remember, but I know it was a town and it
I
was
mean, it's
thriving.
many. North Carolina, it was in Atlanta.
Yeah, it was an
Because
all Black mayor, all
Lake
Black
Lanier,
government, everything.
Lake Lanier, Oscarville, that was a black town, and they flooded it. That's why Lake Lanier. That's why nobody. That's why nobody be like, don't go to Lake Lanier, the lake, right? Because it's like a whole town down there.
Yeah, that maybe that's the one I'm talking about. Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you this, right? I'm gonna give backstory on Lake Lanier. I mean, this is kind of trauma, right? So
cis trauma.
I'm saying, I'm saying I'm following topic is what I'm trying to say. You better make me say something else. But anyway, because I ain't trying to make you edit so much. But anyway, because you can. Okay, so no, for real. So with Lake Lanier, right? So as a kid, I didn't really know like the history of it, but I didn't go to the lake part because my dad used to work at General Motors, and he would always get these tickets for Lake Lanier. So we would go to the water park, which was fun. So I always stayed at the water park, of Lake Lanier, but I ain't never been to the lake. The first time I've ever actually been in that lake was 2020 for my best friend, he like my brother, his birthday. I ain't gonna hold you. I prayed going there. I prayed when we landed on the land. I prayed when we got near the boat. I prayed when we got in the boat. I prayed while we was on the boat. I prayed when I jumped off the boat and into a little beach area that we stopped by. I prayed when we got back on the boat. I prayed the whole way because I was like, I can't. First of all, I know I cannot swim like that. I am not trying to get drowned. I'm not trying to drown in nothing because there's so many times people that have drowned in Lake Lanier and they cannot find their body. I actually, I doubt that he'll see this, but I actually had a classmate. His brother drowned in Lake Lanier and they never found his body. I don't know like the
Is there
details
a
of the story.
folklore about the souls underneath there?
Yeah, I mean it's
Yeah.
like haunted because that was an actual town that they flooded to make that.
So I honestly think because of things like that, that's why our triumphs don't, even with the
Yeah,
Moors, they don't talk about the Moors a lot because
right. Because let's be real, the Moors did a lot for them. Okay, let me put a disclaimer. Right, I don't hate nobody. I like all races. Right, but if you are ignorant and nasty, I don't like you. So what I'm about to say, I don't want to make it seem like I don't like white people because that's not the case. I just don't like racist white people. But if I say this and it hit a nerve, then my friend, you probably are racist. But anyway, that's not my point. My point is with the Moors. The Moors, when I tell you, when they went into Europe, baby, they taught them a lot of stuff.
Yes, they
Religion.
did.
Taught them how to wash their ass. They ain't never washed their ass until the Moors came and showed them perfume, gold, all that stuff. And I think that's one of our downfalls as a, I don't even want to call it as a people, right? We're so giving, we're so nice, we like to share, but that can backfire,
Right.
as you've seen throughout history. And you would have thought, okay, with the Moors learning that and that, you would have thought, okay, well, maybe we shouldn't with them ever again. But like they say, history repeats itself.
Yeah.
Until you actually learn it, it's gonna keep repeating, and it's repeating. It's repeating, baby girl.
That's true. And so everything in Europe that everybody's so over, that's us.
Yeah, that's us.
But
Greek, that's us.
and so that goes back to saying, okay, if we bring up the Moors, then we kind of obliterating the history books that are giving credit to, to people who learned it from us.
Hell, this
So
ain't even white
this is
skin, but
answering
you know
our
what
own
I mean when I
question
say
in a
this.
sense. Huh?
I said this ain't even white skin, but when I do this, you know what the hell I'm talking about.
So a lot of people that I've been reading, which is part of our topic, like they're really upset because they're like, every time I'm trying to watch a movie, especially in Black History Month, it's just traumatic events. Like it's nothing ever like happy, about our history, and it's like they're capitalizing off of Black trauma because that's the thing everybody want to see, I guess, except for us, like everybody wants to see, and a lot of people are like wondering, like, can we get some feel good movies? Can we get some movies about, good things that happen and this and that? And so, of course, I found an article, and I'm going to read it. So it says, this is brought to you by the crimsonwhite.com, which is, so it says,
Delta.
it says the Crimson White, the cw.ua.edu. So I'm assuming this is off of a school.
Oh.
I don't know. But it's saying, opinion, blood money. When will the film industry stop taking advantage of Black pain?
Mm.
So it says Hollywood seems most interested in Black stories when they're rooted in collective trauma, which we talked about last week. Judas and the Messiah, correct? And
Child.
so there are several rules within the entertainment industry that are used to enhance the sale of a product. Some of these trophies might seem harmless, like the stories of love, loss, mystery, and war that have headlined box offices for decades. Let's get to the point. But some of them can be dangerous. The media, specifically from film directors, have a monopoly-like grip on the genre of trauma. Merriam-Webster dictionary defines trauma as a disordered psychic or behavioral state resulting from severe mental or emotional stress or physical injury. Now, before we even go any further, that definition kind of struck me like right there, because how many of us are still dealing with the systemic trauma, like day by day, even with the microaggressions. This is not something that happened years ago. This shit is happening now. So it's like, now I'm cursing. This stuff is happening now. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking the truth.
So it's just kind of like we are still being traumatized, like
Girl.
present day. You know what I'm saying? So I know everybody want to focus on, like, back in the day. Yes, that did happen, but it's in this day too. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you said that because me and my friends were talking, and I was sitting here saying, I was like, I ain't gonna hold you. Y'all thought the 60s was bad. I think we might have it worse. And the reason why I'm saying that is because we are seeing people getting killed on TV, live on the internet. Like back in the day, it had been a couple of people that saw real life death right in front of them. But if you wasn't actually there to see it, you read about it, right? You did not see it, so you saw the horror through reading it. So you only imagine it, right?
Right.
But now we seen that shit on the internet firsthand.
Right.
That's what, to me, That is worse. And okay, and I really feel like from 1950 to now, I don't think as a people we have grown that much. I'm gonna be honest because
Really?
I that's just my opinion. Like you got to think about it, right? Okay, wow, we can go to okay, yes, we can go to places that white folks can. I mean, that's a big step, but also too, is it really? I mean, half the stuff, especially schools, they have them white folks done went and made their own school anyway. They done left, made their own school. So now majority of the black schools, which are in the inner city, don't have funding. Like they lack books, education, the tools they need to survive. Unless you are part of like maybe the middle class or rich black folks. But if you're not, the money ain't there. Also, too, we still behind in a lot of stuff. If we get some charts up and stuff, you gonna see us behind in a lot of stuff. I mean, there like it's a big spurt, but I don't. This is me personally. Like I'm grateful that I can go anywhere I want, but sometimes at what price? Because I feel like I go anywhere I want, I still get attacked. I can still get attacked by people, specifically Karens and whatever they call the man Karen. I don't know what they call them, but
I don't I never hear the man Karen. I mean I
I
just
don't
hear
either.
Karen.
But
I just hear Karens.
hear the
There's
Karen.
actually a YouTube channel about Karens, like just people, just white women just telling on.
And white tears is that's
Yeah.
another story. But so I mean, when you really put in perspective what people were fighting for back in the day, do we really have that?
Well, you make a point about we're far ahead because we still have first going on. This is the first black, the first black, the first black. Like that's still present day happening where it's the first black male, first black woman, first black. It's still a lot of first going on with us. So I do agree with we still have a long way to go. However, like the optimistic side, I feel like we're making ground. Like change is happening.
Yeah,
It's
but
it's it's slow, but it's progressing.
I
It's
don't want
progressive
to
to
seem
me.
like the I don't want to seem like a Debbie Downer, right? I'm just a real. I guess I'm gonna call myself a realist. I'm just being
You
real
are.
with myself, and it's like I'm grateful for what I have, but also too at what cost. I mean, don't get me wrong. Our grandparents had a tough life. I ain't gonna hold you. My life is not the same as them, but also too, some of the stuff I've experienced is traumatizing. Seeing somebody get killed because they black live, that's traumatizing. That is traumatizing.
And you can see that on replay because it's on every
Exactly.
platform.
And you
Every
can see
platform.
it on
Everywhere I went, I saw it.
replay.
I think it was in a mod that got shot down. Like
Yes.
I seen that on so many platforms, and I couldn't sleep for a week. And I didn't mean to see it on purpose. I was just like, "Who is this
Right. You just
jogging?
mind your
What are
business.
these guys up
Boom, it's right
to?"
there.
And then next thing I know,
That's
I
like
saw. Right, go ahead.
what's his name? Oh, what's his name? The guy, the black guy in Minneapolis. Is it Minneapolis? Milwaukee.
What was the story? I probably could tell you.
George George.
George Floyd, I thought was that George
Yeah.
Floyd in Minneapolis?
Yeah, what his knee when he put
Oh,
his
he couldn't breathe.
yeah, that shit is traumatized.
I didn't see that one. I wouldn't watch it.
Even I couldn't watch. I can't even listen to it. Even Eric Garner situation, that's traumatizing. All that situation and stuff, that's traumatizing. Like back in the day, they like I said, if you was actually there and saw people getting lynched, but that was like a small percentage. A lot of people didn't know about this stuff unless somebody told you. But now kids can go and search that stuff and it's there. That's traumatizing.
It is because I tell you one thing. I was on YouTube, man, in my own business, and you know how you just let the videos play after a while, and
Yeah.
it goes from I don't know you looking about hair, and you end up on something totally different. And so I'm letting it go, and I'm watching this, and it says Sarah Bland on the title, and I'm like, oh, okay, girl, it was the video of what when the cop pulled her over. once again,
That was
I
traumatizing
I
too.
cried for like an
Me too.
hour and I
I
couldn't
remember
sleep,
that
and I told, and my husband
because
was
it
like,
was sad.
"You're just
It was
not
really
seeing that,"
sad.
and I'm like, "I never wanted to. I've been avoiding that video for forever." You know what I'm saying? And just to like she was nothing. Like she was a rag doll. Like I'm still getting emotional with that. Like I'm like she wasn't even a human being.
Right, like she was a dog. Also, too, even with Trayvon Martin, like you heard that. I remember when they played the sounds or whatever from one of the neighbors. That shit was traumatizing. I didn't even see it, but just to hear him call for his life, like, come on, man, like that. And that's what I
Yeah,
was trying to tell my friends. Is like, don't. I'm not like I said. Yes, they had it bad, right? Because I'm gonna say more so like body, like mm, more so like with their body, they had it. Well, I can't think of the right terminology, but like mentally, we're getting it bad. It's like reverse, right? I feel like with their bodies, because they worked, especially sharecropping and stuff.
yeah, it was more
So
physical,
it was,
intensive,
yeah, thank you. It was more physical, right, back in the
right?
day, but now it has switched to mental.
And to be honest with you, that's more detrimental than physical.
Thank you, because once like if you still got your mind can still kind of work your body. It could work the parts that it can't work, but once your mind is gone, your body is nothing.
That's it.
Your
That's
body
it.
is nothing.
That's it. And so
So
when they're talking about, hey, and I feel like that's the reason why we don't want to keep watching trauma on television, because it's not history, it's not past tense, it's present.
it's
So give
still
us
going
some happy
on.
stuff. Give us some happy stuff because we're still technically dealing with every new trauma.
Right.
That's part of my therapy session sometimes, like the microaggressions and the little this, I have to be like this, because that plays a part on your mental. Like it does.
Hmm.
You can't even be yourself. Like if I'm not smiling and hopping around, and then I guess I'm angry. Of
If
course
I'm not putting on the show,
right. Or
making
the
the
different
show,
comments about your hair, like, did your hair that long? Oh, it's all swept. Oh, you
oh, can
changed
I
it.
touch your hair?
Right. That
Why? Can I touch your hair? I know it ain't real. Y'all be wearing fake shit. They used to wear wigs back in the day in the 1800s and stuff. Don't with me. Them old
so
white men used to wear them ugly ass wigs. That was not their hair. So miss me with that bullshit. And I hate when people that are not black, hell, even black people, they like, why you gotta wear wigs? I can't wear a wig. Them white, not trying to be like white people or whatever. They've been wearing wigs forever.
well, you just hit a point too. Not only are we traumatized on the outside of culture, we're also traumatized inside for different
Yeah,
things. Color, hair, whatever little stupid constructs that's been passed over.
I agree. No, I agree.
But we ain't talking about that today, right?
That's another
So,
topic, girl.
huh?
I said that's another
That's
topic.
that is a whole nother topic. And when I tried to bring that up on somebody's platform, they kind of changed the subject, and I'm like, okay, maybe I went a little deep with that because I had made the comment. I'm like, well, the people that bully me look just like me. I said the people that made me feel away look just like me. So it's not. I still love my brother. I still love my sister, but that don't mean they ain't caused no trauma with me growing up. But like I said, that's a whole nother subject.
That's
So
another.
it's like you're dealing on trauma on two ends. It's like, well, where the hell do I belong? Who loved me? Like, who's accepting me? That's why we at Be Your Own Kind. Accept yourself.
So you're saying, okay, was your siblings darker than you?
I am the light. My mama. I'm the lightest.
So
I'm
you're
the
the lightest,
lightest.
like between your mom and dad kids. You're the lightest.
I'm the lightest.
Wow, that's crazy.
I am the lightest. And it's not like I got picked on like in the family. I got picked on more at school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I get picked on a lot at school because I was the proper one. I still don't really know slang, and I guess
You
I
don't.
wasn't. I don't you know what? That's it. I'm
But see,
ending this.
that's
I mean, I'm a little lame, but I wasn't
no,
really allowed to.
you're not.
I wasn't really. I'm okay with that. I'm a little
You're not
square. I'm
lame.
square.
It's
I
okay.
know I'm square. I know I'm a little
This.
square.
I just want to say this right because I had to explain this to somebody, and I actually explained this in 10th grade. Because when I said it, they was like, "What?" I was like, "It's a difference. It's a difference between talking white and talking proper. Just because you're speaking proper, that's not white. White people got their little twang too. Oh my God, Billy. Oh my God, just like that. That's talking white. If you're saying your words properly, that's not white. White people don't talk proper.
But in our neighborhood, when it's proper, that's what you're called. And then on top of that, I
And
was a,
that's
I
the
was a fat
problem.
kid. I just got bullied a lot. Just point blank, I got
I
bullied a lot.
understand. I got bullied too, child, because I
Yeah,
was
but
sweet.
I didn't. But when I went to where I live now, ironically, but when I came out here for high school for a sophomore, junior, guess who was nice to me?
The white
Guess
folks.
who accepted me? Guess who didn't call me a square or made me feel
The white
confident
people.
in being.
Oh, okay.
And then that's why I feel like that disconnect. Like people get mad at Lil Wayne, but I'm like everybody have those different experiences, right? Like Lil Wayne said when he had shot himself and hit, or however he said it happened, the gun accidentally went off. I don't know. He said all the black cops walked over him, and the white cop is what picked him up and saved his life. So he has a different experience. So when people when Black Lives Matter came out, he was on some no, and I'm not saying he was right in that, but I feel like that's his experience, and he can feel
Well,
however he want to feel.
I'm gonna say this right.
I knew you was about to eat me
You
up.
know I'm gonna
I knew it
say
when I said
you.
it.
But let's be okay. I ain't listening to what anything Lil Wayne said. That's his experience. I'm not taking away from that. But when he was talking about Black Lives Matter, on his stance, I'm not listening to you. You are high off of codeine and stuff. I'm not finna listen to you, sir. You're not even sober. So I'm not listening to you. I'm not listening to what you say.
And I get it, but I understand. But he's made it clear that he wasn't on that. My point is, people be mad at him, but I'm like, that's his
Oh, I ain't
experience.
mad because guess
That's his
what? I ain't listening to what
experience, man.
you're saying.
Yeah.
Like it's only certain people I take serious. When it comes to the music, you got it, sir. But when you start talking politics and stuff, and I know that's not what you're about, I'm not gonna listen to you. And I think that's another problem with people today. Y'all always want to listen to these musicians and stuff, and you know they're not into politics. That's where you have to like separate.
I think that's what Candace Owens' problem is with Cardi B. Like, why don't you just stick to music? Because she's always calling her uneducated. I don't like the way
But
she puts her down, though. I don't like.
that
At
she
least
jealous.
Cardi is
She just
having an
mad.
opinion. You know what
She's
I'm saying?
jealous. She's jealous. She don't have a family. That's what I bet you. That's what Candace Owens want, and that's what Cardi B got. But Cardi B
Candace
is
got
the
a whole
exception.
baby though. She got a whole baby and
Who?
a whole husband. Candace Owens was pregnant.
Somebody married her and slept with her.
She was pregnant last year. Candace Owens got a kid.
Well, she just jealous.
I don't know, but she recently came at Cardi B, like very recent, like
Recently, she
this
always
year.
coming at Cardi B. It's
But that's to
like
keep
she getting
herself
paid
relevant
after
too.
her.
Yeah, that's probably to keep herself relevant too, But they better leave Cardi alone. Cardi will sue you at this point, like she's over it.
Girl, because when she won that, I was like, oh, y'all can't say shit.
Mm-mm.
But
I
see,
didn't think
okay,
she was gonna win it. I did not think she was
but
gonna win
no,
it.
she is gonna win that because you know why? Tasha K was stupid. For
Yeah.
one, you actually admit that you knew it was false, so that's dumb, right?
Right, right,
And you had so many. It really didn't have to get to that point. You were just being stubborn, and you
right.
wanted her to be on your show so bad, but because she didn't want to, you spreading lies. So I don't feel bad for Tasha K because you spreading something that you know is not true. I mean, granted, there's sometimes people. That's why you say allegedly, and then you leave it alone. You keep pushing, but she just kept
Oh,
going in.
she was antagonizing it. She was having separate
Yeah.
videos, and she said, wipe my ass with the cease and desist and all of this other." She got cocky with it because she just knew it was gonna be
Mm-hmm.
frivolous and it was gonna be thrown out. But no, that's not how it worked out.
But I'm gonna say this too. Cardi B is kind of the exception. The reason why I say that because like she actually has talked about political stuff and she's been serious about it. Like
Yeah, she's
so,
not.
I
She's not
give
faking.
her the exception. That's why I'm saying with Lil Wayne, I ain't finna listen to you. That's your opinion, but I ain't gonna get mad at it. But I ain't finna, you high, like I said, you are on drugs. Do you even know your name? You know what year it is, sir?
But you know what? I rock with the Black Lives Matter movement, and it's because I'm black and I love my people. I don't have a grudge against the people that bully me because I wasn't categorizing everybody in one group. It was just those set of assholes that made my life a living hell. It
Exactly.
wasn't the whole race. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm
Right.
not gonna make everybody, be punished for what a couple of people did to me. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's just how I think of it. I'm not gonna just put everybody in the group. Like if somebody from another culture, like if a white person did something to me, it's that person. I'm not gonna just not like a whole
Yeah.
race of people because one person did something to me. Like I'm just not gonna be that way. I'm just not gonna do that.
No, I agree, and that's why when I say the stuff I say, if you get offended or get mad, then I'm talking about you. Because if you know that's not it, you're not gonna get offended and get mad. And that's why when a lot of people say stuff, I be like, "Oh, that's funny," and keep it pushing. Because that ain't me.
Right? Exactly.
Especially
Exactly.
when they talk about big girls, I just be laughing at them like, "Oh, okay." I keep it pushing because that ain't me.
I love you, Candice. So the other thing is okay. So we're gonna get through this. African Americans have endured a massive amount of trauma. We just said all this over the course of American history. So it doesn't come as a surprise that the media at an institution rife with racism, they put, furthers the cycle by exploiting our suffering.
Okay.
So the painful plot lines and tearful tropes are especially prevalent in mainstream movies. They want to dive in, but I'm only going to read this paragraph. So it says a great deal of famous films depicting black individuals have been centered on traumatic experiences, such as The Green Mile, which I only seen like part of that.
Me too. I gotta watch it in full, but I get why they picked that though.
Yeah, and then they said the movie focuses on the false execution of a black man that forced the wardens and guards of the prison to question the morality of the system that they took part in. As
Mm-hmm.
a result, it swayed the audience to see the trauma experienced by black men and criminal justice system. It's a
Mm-hmm.
system the film industry has been able to analyze but fails to actually rectify or reform. There's a whole bunch of stuff done in plain sight that nothing get changed. Like
It, girl, that we could talk all day about that.
hence Trey Songs, but that's not even the subject. So sick of him. I know this ain't the subject, but I just gotta let it out.
You want to
I
hear something funny? I had okay when that whole situation happened with Kiki, right when it first started.
just let it out.
I shared Trey Songz response on Facebook. It was a memory. That shit didn't age well. It
Mm-hmm.
didn't age well at all. You know why? Cause, cause recently, a couple more people that came out against his ass. So nigga, it wasn't Kiki. It was
Just last week, they said he had anally raped a woman. Just last week, it's been about 5 or 6 of this with this dude.
okay. Let's get off topic a little bit, right? How was that possible? I'm just curious. Was she
Plain sight. How was it possible? He turned over and forced himself in her. What do you mean?
okay?
I
I'm
mean,
saying like, was she drugged? Was she drunk?
most likely.
Had to be because I mean, of course, men are strong, but girl, if you are like wide awake, you gonna beat. You
Not
know,
if he's on you and he's a man and he's on top of
how
you.
you kick the ball. You know what? You're right.
You kick
I,
him from you're
I'm not saying he wrong. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. Trust me, I'm against Trey Songz. I'm just curious because God forbid I don't want to be in that situation because I'm just curious because it's like I'm finna fight for my life. I'm finna kick your ass. I know you're stronger than me, but I'm finna get you at those pressure points, kick you in the balls, maybe gouge your eyeballs. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm finna get you to get off of me, and then I'm gonna flee.
I am not sure. I read it, but I don't remember the particulars. But I know that he successfully. I hate to use the word successfully, but
Yeah, I got you.
he assaulted her. And then it says like I'm gonna move up because I will get into Trey Songz for a whole hour. Movies such as, but my whole thing is okay. I can't let it go. My
Yeah,
whole
go
thing
ahead, let
is
it out,
how long did they let R. Kelly get away with things before it got? So
girl.
are we gonna do the same thing with him till it's a slew of women? It's gonna do Lifetime gotta bring justice because I told my friend the other day, Lifetime be stopping all the bull. Have you noticed? Anytime it hits on Lifetime, it becomes a trial.
Money.
But that's the same with the exploiting of the trauma. It's a money driven thing, and it doesn't matter. They don't care who it hurts, who's presently getting hurt. You're right. You are right. You're right. I love your nails.
That thank you. I wasn't actually trying to do that to show my nose,
I
but
know, but I saw him earlier and then I meant to compliment you, but then we kept
thank
talking.
you. But no, that's why R. Kelly lasted so long because he had money to either to shut him up or just let do what he want to do. But I blame the parents too.
Here's the thing.
Some of the parents, some of the
Not
parents,
all of the parents, but
right?
some of
Some
those
of the
parents
parents,
were
especially the
aware.
ones that knew and took the money and kept with the bullshit. Y'all need to be in jail too.
Here's the thing. Not only that, the recruiters need to be in jail. The women who knew what he was doing and was
Yep.
actively recruiting, they get the right books and admit all they did, and they just go live the best and capitalize off of it, and they don't get no type of punishment. He should not be sitting in those cells by himself. I do feel that way. I do.
Kelly Price was on an interview and admit, like, yeah, they was doing that. I was like, oh,
But she kind of absolved herself. Like she was just kind of like, well, I wasn't really because I did that in one of my 2 cent like what she talked about it,
yeah.
and she was just like, well, I mean, I never saw it in particular, but it was girls around.
I was like, but just a minute ago, you just said that was the norm. So what's the tea, girl? What is the tea?
But she said she didn't see, like she said, she used the words because she's very good with words. She used the words as rumored. She used the
Yeah.
words as I saw little girls, but I never saw him myself
Mm.
with one. So she's very good with words. She's very articulate. I give that to her.
And
So
she would beat your ass.
um that's how I know she articulate because she means what she says. She say what she means. So I honestly feel like she didn't see it, but I feel like
Yeah.
she knew it was going on, but she didn't see it. So she can't actually confirm or deny. You know what I'm
I
saying?
just want to say, with the Aaliyah situation, why you went in jail then?
Because he was making money, he was talented, just like you said with Trey Songz with the money,
That's
and
different.
so my like it's a money driven thing. I think, and they were openly married. Like when I was a kid, I thought that was weird. I'm like, hey,
I
she.
thought it was fake until I got older.
I mean, you say what? You thought it was fake?
Yeah, I thought that because back in the day, like publicity was big. People be lying on people. So I was like, ain't no way Aaliyah married that man.
There was a lot of inappropriate stuff that went on that I can go on. Like little Kim Hardcore. She was 17 years old with that picture. I'm trying to figure out where were these parents?
Let's be real, right? I
Like
know.
especially Aaliyah parents. And like where were the parents?
See, I want to hear. I want to
They
hear
don't even talk about it.
because probably it's probably a reason.
So the rest of this article says
Yeah, go back to that article, girl.
right. Movies such as Get Out, directed by Jordan Peele, follow the
Girl.
same trend. The movie coined the phrase the sunken place, where the
Mm.
minds of black individuals are manipulated in hopes of obtaining a certain social status within white society. Did you get that out of Get Out? Did you see Get Out?
Say that last part one more time.
It says the movie coined the phrase the sunken place, where the minds of black individuals are manipulated in hopes of obtaining a certain social status within white society. I thought they was hypnotized. I thought they was forced.
I didn't get that out of Get Out.
I didn't get that
Yeah,
either.
I thought okay. I thought y'all hypnotized them so they can be in a trance so you can take their body parts.
That's what I got out of it.
Okay, that's
So
what I
that
got.
they could be more black like. But
Right.
that, what I got out of that is, you don't want to be black, but you want to use black
Body part.
art, not just body parts. You want to use black culture. You want to use
Right.
food, hair, sports, everything we do. Like you want our talents and you want to be part of the culture that way, but you don't want to, like you said, stand behind us when we need you. When our kids is getting killed and all this, things
You
that's going
you
on.
just want the good parts. Like
Right.
like how they took the good parts of the pig and left us with the bad parts.
I read somewhere that was false. Now I don't believe that story. And then we could talk about that another time.
So
Like
you okay? So you don't believe that them white folks?
I do believe it, but I said I read somewhere that
Oh,
like
okay. I was
somebody
like,
no,
now
I
remember,
believe it, but I
we gotta
said
know something. Sis.
no. They're saying, but people like older people in the South like that wasn't true.
How would
I'm
they
like,
know?
they apparently were there, but I'm like, I'm not gonna believe
How,
you
I
out
want to
of
know how
all
old they
people.
talking.
It was a white people.
Oh, white people. Oh, they lying. The fuck?
They're denying that was
Cause
true.
how? Let's be real. How
They know
people know
here's
how
the
to make
narrative.
chitlins?
Here's the narrative. They taught the slaves how to cook that food. The other way around. I have to find the article for you. I have to find the article for you
But
because
Nick,
I read it.
I
And I
almost
was
felt like
like,
ain't no way a white person taught how a black person how to cook. Y'all don't know how to cook shit.
that is what
Y'all
I
have
read. I have to find it for you. I read that.
we brought the Moors brought herbs and spices to y'all white asses.
I
Oh
agree.
shit!
I'm not saying I agree with the
No, no,
article,
no,
but I'm
no. I'm
telling you,
not.
yeah.
This not for you.
Oh,
This for that writer, cause you. I want to meet this person live. I almost fell out my seat because I know you.
I read
If
that
that
somewhere
was
and
the
I was like, interesting.
if that was the case, I'm done because I'm about to go. I'm about to go off.
I know. That's why I corrected myself. Like I don't believe that. I just read that somewhere. But
Man,
so
people love time.
I didn't get that out Get Out. I think Get Out was more so going with our last topic,
Yeah,
appropriation. Like you want to appropriate and you want to get financial gain and minority. I can't think of the word
yeah,
coolness
that's right.
and
No,
things
right,
like that. You want to get that, but you don't want to be a part of the struggle. Or
right,
or you judging us, side eyeing us when we reacting to part of the trauma and the struggle and stuff like that.
right,
So you only want to rock with the talented parts. You don't want to rock with all of us. So
right.
that's kind of what I got out of Get Out. I didn't get that part out of Get Out. So.
Yeah, because I'm not understanding how. Okay, and maybe they meant that the white people wanted to be black because how I didn't get the part that we don't.
No, it says black individuals are manipulated in hopes of obtaining a certain social status within white society, but all the black people that were um in a
But
trend,
that was
it
just
was forced. It was forced. They didn't
that was
willingly.
actually the white people was inside. They
Right,
just
they
used a
weren't willingly getting
shell to live
hypnotized.
on.
Right, exactly.
So
So
yeah, not white.
I
Okay,
don't agree with that. I don't agree with that on this article. So now
yeah.
they're saying
Who?
Spike Lee. It says Spike Lee has never been one to shy away from topics involving black trauma either. His most recent work, The Five Bloods, discloses the horrors of war, the unintended results of it, and the dangers of trying to retrieve things that may need to stay buried. I did see that movie. That movie was so long. The overall objective of the film was to convey the struggles of Black Americans, especially against institutions that have profited and progressed off Black trauma while
Mm,
keeping us inferior. And esteemed producer Tyler Perry depicts Black trauma so much so that he has received large amounts of backlash for it, whether directly or through parody. How do you feel about that?
okay, so
That was a little heavy.
I think Spike Lee. I mean, it is like trauma, but you're trying to learn. A lot of people don't know about Vietnam, right? And then a lot of people, especially, don't know how black people or black men were in Vietnam and stuff, and how what they endured. Cause I knew about Vietnam, but I didn't know that part of it. So watching it, I ain't gonna lie, it was a little traumatic, but I felt like I needed to watch that. That was something I didn't know about because I don't think I knew. Well, I think one of my uncles might have been in Vietnam, but I don't think that he went to Vietnam. He probably was, I think
Well,
so.
Kristen father went to Vietnam, and he used to
Okay,
sit and tell me a lot of stories, and I was traumatized by the story. So I
right,
knew he had
yeah,
PTSD for real. Like
yeah. So
after telling it, because when he told the stories, it was almost like we were in Vietnam. Like he told
wow,
it present day, so yeah. So I think to go back to Spike Lee, I feel like his purpose is to educate.
right,
It's not to appropriate or not to make money off of. I think that anytime I've watched Spike Lee movie, I've come out more educated, more
yeah.
informed,
I
more
agree.
aware.
I agree. Even when She Gotta Have It, I learned a lot of stuff about like black art.
Yeah, he
Like,
always doing that. He always putting in the music, putting
mm,
in the art. I feel like he celebrates blackness,
right.
so
Even with School Days, that was traumatizing because the black light skin against dark skin.
yep.
But I felt like at that time it needed to be put out there like this is what it is, but we don't have to be that way.
Right. And at the end when he said wake up, that meant something. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, so what do you think about Tyler Perry?
Okay, Tyler Perry. I feel like from what he from when he first started, I feel like he was just trying to tell a story, right? And just show the comedy side of how black life is. Cause everybody know Medea and their family. I know Medea and my family. You know what I'm saying? And some of the stuff it is trauma, but I feel like some stuff was encouraging. It's like, you know what, I can get through this and that. But as he got bigger,
Hmm.
the bullshit got bullshit. Like that movie Witness Protection. It's funny, but it was like, what the
I don't even
why are
remember
you
that
hiding white
movie.
people in your house?
I honestly, to be honest, I think my favorite movie of his was Daddy's Girl, and I
That's
stopped
a lot
relating
of
after
people
that.
like that because there was no Medea wasn't in it.
But it was no fluff. Like even
Yeah.
in some of his movies where he not in is weird. Like first of all, it's the man with the wigs for me. I don't know if he's against baldness. I don't know. I know that has nothing to do with the subject, but I just had to get it out there. Second of all,
Yo,
um,
yo, you stupid. Okay, keep going because I'm done. I'm so done.
second of all, he kind of lost me at Temptations because yes, you could get all of this stuff, but what are the chances of you cheating for the first time and you not only deal with an abuser, you catch AIDS, like it was like everything possible that could happen to like 100 people happened to this one person.
You know why I'm laughing? Because I thought she was about to bring up the fact that at the end,
She aged and the other girl didn't age. Like this
well,
is what
no,
happened.
old boy aged, but the girl looked totally different.
Right. And
I
then
was
Brandy
like, is
looked
that the same
exactly the
person?
same.
Bruh.
So it kind of lost me. And then I tried to give him another chance with the last Netflix movie with Felicia Rashad that was keeping the
Okay,
citizens.
okay. The wigs was bad, but that was a good movie. That was like
What? How?
it was really
It's the
good
same.
because
If you notice, he never uplifts the black man in any of his movies. The black man is always the villain. All to me.
no.
Please tell me one where the black
Why
man
did I
never villain.
get married? Tyler Perry's character, his wife was a villain each time.
Gee, Janet Jackson husband in that movie got
No, no,
killed.
no, no. You didn't hear what I said.
Say it again.
Tyler Perry's character, his he was a husband, and Diane was a wife. She was always like in their relationship. She was always the villain on both. Why did I get married? He he made Brian look like the angel, like the best husband in the world.
But did he do that because he was playing Brian?
I think so because because but I agree with you because like the other relationships, the men except for okay that Janet Jackson character on the second one, they kind of was like even like they kind of both
They
was villain.
were, but it went too
But
dark. I'm like, he gotta die.
right, but so that's what I was saying. I was trying to make that point, like, but with Tyler Perry play, because
But
even on good deeds,
I don't think I saw that. But I just feel like Tyler Perry, he triggers black people, like some black people, because
he
um
do.
for Color Girls, I didn't even watch it because somebody told me don't watch it because I'm sensitive to certain stuff. They were like, don't watch that. Then
Okay.
Precious, I watched Precious and I was very sad because I knew somebody personally that had a similar story. And she went to go see that movie, which I don't know why, but she went to go see that movie, and it triggered the crap out of her because it
Yeah.
was like it's always about, like, I know we have drug addiction in our family. I know we have this and that going in our family, but it's like, can we have just, I don't know, like it's the same trigger, the same type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So
I don't know. And
are you,
I don't know if I'm making sense, but
no, you making sense. I just want to say this, right? Those last two movies you named, he just produced the movies. Those were already books.
okay.
So all that stuff that happened in the book. Like they just made it on the screen and produced it on the screen, made you visually see it. Like you could actually see what was in the book.
Okay.
I just
I
want to make that clear because
okay. See, I don't
I
know.
would say, well, okay, the
Oh
part,
yeah, because that was Push. I know that Precious was
yeah,
Push. I didn't know the
yeah.
color.
So Color Girl, because
I
I got
didn't
the
know For
book.
Color Girls was a book. I didn't know that.
So the I would say watch it, but I'm gonna say the part with the there is a part where Mike, and that's why a lot of people didn't like Michael Ealy for a moment because that character he played, he like with that particular with that girl, I forgot what color she was. Kimberly Elise played was the wife, and Michael Ealy was the husband. What he did to the kids, that was traumatic, and that's probably what they were saying. Don't watch it because of that. I mean, there are other moments like I don't know if you ever seen like the meme where Janet Jackson's character was like, so no, when okay, in Amari Hadrick, I don't know if you ever like this is like a big thing because it's funny. Well, they made it funny but anyway. So it was just like he was gay. Like he was okay, he was bi. I mean, people would call him bi because he messed with men. And so she found out because she found out she had caught AIDS. But it was because of him. So she was just like, because I think she asked who you man or something. She said, and he was just like, "Ain't nobody bending me over." And then she was like, so you doing the bending? You gotta see it.
But that's
You
still
gotta
my
see it.
point. Is somebody having AIDS? How many movies where people have had AIDS? How many people that have, been implied of being gay? Like, if my whole thing is he is monopolizing off of the trauma that happened in black families. Like,
Yeah.
does he have a movie that depicts the black family, just a normal goofy black movie that doesn't involve all those traumatic things? Like, does he?
I mean,
No, you want to know why? Because he won't make money off of it.
yeah. I
So,
mean,
in a sense, I feel
he
like he's doing
actually
the same
would, but
thing.
it won't be as much. He'll make
It
money, but
won't
it
it
won't be
won't
as
be
much.
as successful. So I
Yeah.
feel like, in a way, he
Girl, we got.
monopolizes off trauma.
I just want to say too with the fighting what's it called? Temptation, whatever that movie is.
Yes, the fighting temptation. That's
Yeah.
Beyonce.
Okay. Wait,
That's
that can't
Beyonce.
be the fighting. Yeah, that's
Yeah, that was funny. That was actually a funny movie. No,
Beyonce. But
yeah, Temptation was the one with Justice Smollett.
yeah, that movie.
Yeah.
So I think what he was trying to, the message he was trying to get, even all that stuff. I mean, it's more than likely it wouldn't happen all at once like
To
that.
one person.
I think the message he's just trying to get is that, like, dang, I had it in my head because I feel like it was a message and it was just saying like, okay, girl, come back to me because it's gone, it's gone.
Probably is nothing out there. Like, be grateful for what you have. Yes, it was a little boring, but look what that little excitement got you.
I wouldn't even say grateful for that. Just don't go off and cheat. Like,
And I mean, I got his message loud and clear. I'm not cheating because
and
I
just
watch
be.
Temptation. No, I'm joking.
I'm finna call Derek on the side, but like, yo, your wife wilding, son.
No, never. I'm afraid of God. But my thing is,
What?
I'm afraid of God. Like I want to do the right thing, and I
First of all,
love
you
who
ain't gonna
I'm
do
with.
my cousin like that anyway. I know we're blood cousin, but you ain't gonna do him like that.
I would never do him like.
I
No, I'm
know, cause
saying
I'm gonna
I
beat
wouldn't
your
do that.
ass.
Yeah, and why am I getting yelled at? Like I said, I was gonna do something.
And I'm just letting you know. I want the same energy too when you meet my husband, whenever he at.
Okay, you want me to yell at you for no reason when you're not doing anything? I got you. I would do that for you. Don't Tyler Perry me.
You do that anyway, Nita, because you older than me.
I'm glad you finally admitted that I was older than
I've
you.
always shut your next topic because we ain't gonna do this shit again. We're not finna go through this.
Okay, so the next thing they're saying is the color purple, waiting to exhale.
Girl.
When they see us and Fruitvale Station, while critically acclaimed, aren't much different from the other films in the list. Even while striving for racial justice, they rely on the same tired troops.
Okay. For real station, and when they see us, based off of real situations.
Right.
Unfortunately, that's some trauma, but that's off of real situations. I feel like those stories need to be said, even if it does hurt. I admit I had to watch when they see us with somebody. I couldn't watch it by myself. Me and my friend watched it, and we cried. And I haven't watched it since. I will never watch it again. I
I've
saw.
never seen it.
I mean, I ain't gonna tell anybody don't see it because I feel like it's very educational, but it's tough. It is tough. That's why I would not watch it by. I wouldn't recommend watching it by yourself. Watch it with somebody.
Okay, I probably if I do watch it, I will watch it with Derek. I'm sure he's seen
N-
it already.
Now, Fruitvale Station, that
That was
was
based off a true story.
yeah, that had my ex husband because he with Lori now, and I feel like they're gonna get married. So them, but anyway,
They look like they are, which is good. She deserves love. She ain't really have a good repertoire of weapon.
oh, she deserved love. Oh, I deserve love too, and that was with
You
my
do
D
deserve
boy.
love, but I'm
Well,
saying
Michael B.
they're
Jordan,
already together. What the hell?
he don't like black girls. He don't like girls my skin color anyway. But anyway, so Fruitvale Station,
Well, we said the
yeah,
color purple, waiting to excel.
yeah.
The color purple,
I mean, that
that
was
was a good movie. I don't think that was exploitation to me. Like I just don't.
yeah. I don't think it was from like
And what I don't like is they cut off a really important point like representation in that movie too because in the book Celie and what's the girl what was the girl the sister what was her name you stay oh my man you show is ugly should
should.
she and Celie had a relationship in the book so they
I actually thought they could
totally cut
touch
out
on
like
it a
that
little
part.
bit in the movie.
It was a little bit, but they made it seem like she was just encouraging Celia and making her look pretty, but they were actually a relationship.
I
And
see what
they
you're
did
saying,
not put that in the movie.
but you gotta think too
Probably
like that
during
too.
the
Like,
times, because of
yeah.
the times,
Now
they
if they
probably
did
didn't
it
put it in the
now,
movie.
they would have put
Yeah.
that shit in the
If
movie.
they redid the color purple, I wonder if they would put
They definitely would
that
put
part
that
in the
because
book.
it's more acceptable.
Yeah, but back then they didn't do it. And Alice Walker had clearly laid it out in that book. Clearly laid it out in that book.
That's why you should always read the book.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the only time, I mean, even with Harry Potter, I know this is off topic and this is ain't. I mean, they got black people in Harry Potter, but anyway, even with Harry Potter, like I read some of the book, but I do want to read it, but I want to listen to it. But I like the movies too, although the book is more detailed. Sorry, I just had to say an example. Okay, back to Black History. All right, waiting to exhale. Okay, I just want to say, watching it as a kid and then watching it as an adult, them hoes, them hoes.
That was a good movie to me.
It was no. I'm not saying it was good, but when you think about it, married man and shit, like what the fuck?
I mean, but what was the exploitation in that though of women? I mean, I
Oh
don't.
no, I want to say I'm not talking about exploit. I'm
No,
just
I
talking
know what you're saying, but this
about
article is saying that it still fits the guidelines of black exploitation. That's what they're saying. I don't see that in Waiting to Excel either. And audience, if you think that any of these movies that we're naming, it had some form of black exploitation in it, please be sure to let us know.
let's elaborate. So what they mean? Like I know the meaning of exploitation, but what are they trying to
So
say?
so the next sentence after that says, even while strike wait. Oh, one would assume that the sheer number of movies surrounding black trauma experienced daily would stimulate major change, but change won't come through exploitation. So what they're saying is all of these movies are celebrating black trauma. That's their point in this article. So all the movies that I named or the directors, they're saying that
Wait,
it celebrates black trauma.
so getting cheated on is black trauma because everybody get cheated on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that's more of a woman empowerment type movie.
That's more like a woman trauma.
Yeah, because any woman, no matter what color, watch that movie can be like, what the
What?
nerve? Like,
Yeah, so they couldn't take. I mean, okay, I guess the color purple, black trauma.
I mean, it was based in the South back in the day.
Yeah, so I
So I mean, but it didn't really talk. I mean, it had a little bit, the white because I think didn't she drive for a white. Am I thinking of the right movie where she went to town for a white lady or something? Celie or no, not Celie. Oprah Winfrey character, and she ended up getting beat up.
I remember that part. Let me go rewatch that.
I think she drove for a white lady, and then something happened. Oh, the husband said something to her, and Oprah Winfrey character, she wasn't about that. So she said something inappropriate, and they beat her up so bad, and so she was indebted to this white lady forever, and they would let her come
Yeah,
home every once in a while. So yeah, that was in the movie as
I
well.
didn't know that was in the movie.
Yeah, it was. I love The Color Purple. I know a lot of people tell me it's depressing, but I cry on that movie every time I watch it. When she starts singing "Speak Lord," I'll be like, I'm like you. She was like, "Daddy, see, sinners. What did she say? Sinners have hearts too, or something." Girl, I was crying. Anyway, that's off the subject. So
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
your movie.
thinking back on it is just kind of like it had trauma in it, but I don't think it was
It was black.
celebrating it. I think that was just the setting, the time
Yeah.
that the movie was placed in or whatever. So these are movies that they think that empower black people. So Malcolm X was the number one movie.
Hold on, before you even go to that, before you go to the empowerments, right?
Mm-hmm.
They should have put Beloved that had black trauma, or Rosewood that had black trauma in it.
You did.
Um,
What was the one where he was in court? It was a white lawyer.
hey, we gotta be thinking about the same movie. Samuel L. Jackson in it,
I think so.
and his daughter got raped.
Yeah.
Right? That was black
A
trauma too.
Time to Kill. Was it?
Yeah,
It was A Time to Kill.
that was black trauma too. I, ooh, that was a good
But you
movie
know
though.
what made that so powerful is when the lawyer said what happened, and then at the end he said, "Now imagine she was white."
Ooh, yeah, I remember.
That's my favorite part
I
of
was
that
like,
whole movie because it was
ooh.
like, did he go there? Did he go there? Like, did he
It
go
was
there?
like, yo,
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
ooh, nigga, bro. I was like, well, shit. What you gonna say now?
Right, exactly. Like
Yeah, I think that list is straight trash because there's so many other black trauma movies out there that didn't
that's
even
that's
get.
bit better. Like waiting to exhale, and then I think the fact that they accused Spike Lee kind of. But you know what?
Right.
Spike Lee has said something against Tyler Perry too, though.
Oh yeah, they had beef. I mean, they cool now, but they had a little
Hmm.
beef.
So I'm glad they okay now. But Spike Lee didn't wasn't feeling him at
He
first
wasn't feeling
either.
him at
Uh-uh.
all.
Mm-mm. And I'm not saying that Tyler Perry is not talented. I'm not saying he's not creative. I'm not saying any of that. But I'm saying, can we change the narrative a little bit?
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying.
just a narrative.
And I get it. When he first started, he was displaying like things in the black family that people like to
Yeah,
put under the rug and ignore and stuff
yeah.
like that. And I thought that was awesome. But it's like there are more narratives and there are more family issues besides AIDS and drugs.
I know one thing he like, and it's like finding out that your mama not your mama, like
Was
bloodline
that his real
trauma.
life?
No, I'm saying he put that in movies. Like that's in some of his movies where it'd be like, "Oh, that's not your mama, that's your
But that
sister."
happened in the black families though. Like if a
I mean,
kid
this is true
was
though.
raped and they were really young, then the baby was
Yeah,
raised as another. That happened for. That's what I'm saying. He was uncovering a lot of
he was
family
putting it out
stuff, but
there.
I feel like his highlights is addiction and AIDS. That's, I mean, there's more. Can we just,
Literally,
can
your
we
face
just,
that, but his highlights is
like,
addiction and
can we
AIDS.
just change the narrative? Just
Bro,
that's
what
all
are
I'm
you
saying.
doing your
That's all I'm
face?
saying. That's all I'm saying. Like,
No, I got you.
yeah. So the movies they said, huh?
What I feel like there's some more black trauma movies though. Like
It's a whole bunch of them, which is why people is over it. Like because they feel like majority of our movies, like even the one we talked about that just came out, well, that came out last year, Judas and the Messiah, that was traumatizing.
it was. It was.
21 years old, baby on the way, somebody who was trying to make positive change.
And you killed them.
Traumatized. It kind of sends the message of you better just keep things how they are. This gonna happen to you. It almost comes up as a warning when they sometimes do these movies.
Okay.
You ever thought about that? Like, why is this a movie? If you're not gonna highlight Fred Hampton and all the good he did, why are we
Right.
highlighting the ops? Why are
Cause
we highlighting the op
why
part
are
of
we
the story?
highlighting him?
Right, and you had made that point the last episode, and I'm like, that's a good point. Why didn't we highlight? Why didn't they
Cause
highlight like
he
stuff
did a
about him
lot in his time. He did so much. Hell,
in
he
such
did
a
so
short
much.
time?
He did so much. Goddamn. What is that man name? Jesse Jackson stole his idea.
People always getting on Pope Jesse.
Ain't no poor. I don't even start because I can go. I can go off on Jesse.
I think sometimes
Next.
I say stuff to set you off.
Why people be doing that? People be like, I just said that to ruffle your feathers, and that. But see, y'all get mad when I cuss you out, and I tell you how it is. Then you like, you ain't have to go there. Well, you ain't have to ruffle my feathers.
But I'm
We
just
wasn't
saying,
in here.
people be trying to make it seem like Jesse wasn't sincere at all. Like he just was out here just riding
He was.
MLK ride wave.
He was riding coattails. I like okay. I mean, it's Black History Month. Y'all gonna get this learning.
I'm stressing you
So,
out right now. Go ahead.
I mean, okay, he rode with Dr. King. He was like somewhat of an assistant, and then I read stuff where he kind of was in cahoots to let that happen, so he could take the reign. But they ain't finna. But come on, man, you wouldn't finna get that. Jesse, like, I'm not saying he's a bad person, but when you want power and money, mostly power, you do some crazy shit.
But what power did he gain from that?
That's exactly. You know why he ain't gonna get the power? Because it was never meant for him.
Because he
And the
ran
way
for
he went
president and
about it,
everything, and he didn't go too far, did he?
and the way you went about it, you a grimy person. Cause that whole Rainbow Coalition stuff he had, that was from Fred Hampton. And the other people he did that with. That was from Fred Hampton when those Black Panthers, the I think they Latinos. I can't think of their names. The Latinos and then the white I'm gonna call them white mountaineers, but that's not what they were called. More so, they weren't hippies, but they was like from West Virginia. They all came together and they named themselves, the Rainbow. I don't think it was coalition, but the Rainbow,
Something.
group.
Let me see if I can find it.
That's where that came from. And when Fred Hampton died, a couple of years later, here come old Jesse. Rainbow Coalition. You stole that.
It said it was the Rainbow Coalition.
Okay, so then I was
It
right.
said the Rainbow Coalition was an anti-racist, anti-class, multicultural
Yep.
movement founded April 4th, 1969 in Chicago, Illinois by Fred Hampton of the Black Panthers. All this time, I thought Jesse Jackson started the you. Wow.
Come on. That's what I'm just like. That's why with that movie, I know we keep talking
So
about
how come
movies.
that wasn't highlighted in the movie? Because so that's going because would that mess up Jesse's legs? I mean, what? Why was that not in the movie?
I wonder why, girl.
I
Don't
think that movie came out as a warning because everybody want to be, protesting and Black Lives Matter. I think that was a warning. Now that we talking, I
that
feel like
makes
that
sense.
movie was a warning. Like, don't you go trying to make change.
Whoo, girl, that gave me chills when you said that. I ain't gonna even hold you.
I mean, just by the subject,
No,
because
you're right.
I'm starting to think that these movies that are coming out is to keep us traumatized and to keep us scared and to keep us in place.
Yeah.
Because why else? I mean, besides the obvious money, but why else? How do you keep a slave a slave?
Ooh.
You keep
Ooh. 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 The ancestors talking to us, girl. They coming. Ooh. How you keep a slave? Slave? Let me drink some water on that one,
You
girl.
stay in their head. So yeah,
Hey,
but
look.
this thing got deeper than I want, and I'm the one that's saying this stuff. Normally, this is you, but I'm learning so much from you because I feel like
Oh
I'm
yeah.
so Manila with it. In the last episode, you was just kind of like, "Come on, now, G. Come on, now, G. Come on, now, G. Come on, now."
When you get up my nerve, come on now, G. That's something I would say though.
Because, like I said, when growing up, I was so like, America, America, America's wonderful, America's wonderful. Then I get older and I start reading certain stuff, and I'm like,
Let's. I mean, I kind of get what you're saying. Like, I didn't think America. Okay, I thought, man, America's wonderful, but when I started learning a lot of shit, America's ghetto is. And we supposed to be a third world country, bitch. We don't even have free healthcare. Them other third world countries got free healthcare. Like America. I hate to say it, and I don't like talking negative and speaking negative. But America is ghetto.
yeah, but it works in a sense.
What works?
On the outside, let me rephrase that. On to other countries, you,
No, a lot of countries don't like us.
they don't like us, but they trying to get here
You right.
because it's opportunity.
Yeah,
They know
for
that they
them.
could they know that they could come. They know that we don't read our laws, we don't utilize the resources, but they'll come in and take scoop all of that up because they know we're
I
just
get what you're
lazy and
saying
we're
on
not
that.
gonna do
I get what you're saying on that.
it. So
I
they
be
play.
reading laws now.
So they play on our laziness. They play on our ignorance, and they come up here. They come up and they take
I
this
mean,
shit
okay,
back
but
home.
is it okay? Now I'm playing devil's advocate. Is it really us being lazy or us just not given the opportunity?
No, I'm not talking about black people. This I'm talking about all Americans that
Oh,
just
okay,
don't
okay,
take
all right, my bad,
advantage
girl. Okay,
of the
I'm
resources.
tuning in. I'm tuning in. My bad, girl.
No, I'm talking about Americans
Yeah, okay, okay, I got you.
because
Okay.
they do look at us as idiots. Like for real. Like when I saw Wow Wow Country, where this whole country, I think what was it? I don't know where they were. I want to say India.
Mm-hmm.
They came up here and used our laws and became government. They came from a whole nother country, knew our laws better than us, and took over these people's land because they read the laws and the people, the Americans who've been living there, didn't
Wait a
even know
minute, where is that on?
they didn't know they state laws. It's on Netflix. Wow Wow Country.
Bitch, I'm gonna watch that because
Took
bitch,
over
you
a
can't take my
whole
man.
town. Took over a whole town because they learned the state laws and it was all legal. G. It was all legal.
Maybe that's what we as black people need to do.
What read? Because that's all they did was read. They didn't do nothing
But
special.
okay, I'm a hold like I'm a hold you to that because back if we gonna go
What you about to
if
say?
we gonna go there, it's a time couldn't even get learn to read. You could die if you learn how to read. Being
Mm-hmm.
black, so it's just a lot of stuff that is prevalent today. Is tied to history of that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's I'm like, it's not that we don't want to read. It's just like like we're just becoming again, like I said, baby steps, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like we maybe moved maybe 12 inches when we should have been moving miles. Okay, maybe I give us a yard, but we should be at miles.
I just kind of feel when the George Floyd thing happened, we realized that we were still in the 60s.
That's when y'all realize that?
No, I say that's when I think America or the other.
I'm
I
gonna
don't know.
say, because it was way before George
We
Floyd.
know that, but I think that it was a reminder that we
Oh,
ain't
like
really
as
went
a
nowhere.
whole. Okay.
Yeah, it was just kind of like,
Because, girl, before George Floyd, I knew. I was telling folks, girl, we kind of, small child.
you
But,
want to get into these empowerment movies?
oh, yeah, let's do that. My bad. Because I was just baffled that they had them, and it was just like, no. Okay, but go.
And there's so many other traumatizing movies out there.
Okay, yeah, list them, and then we'll talk about them. I'm going to let you listen to it. Yeah.
So this one is the first one they say is Malcolm X.
Oh, I love that movie.
I never seen it. So the second,
Oh, keep going, because, oh, my God. I see we
I
have
have
to have
to
a movie.
watch it. I keep
When,
falling asleep
when
on it.
you
Okay.
come visit me or I come visit you, we're going to have to have, or we're going to have to do it on here. We're going to watch these movies. Go.
Straight Outta Compton was an empowering movie.
Okay, keep going.
I seen that. Black is King is on here.
Okay.
I mean, it was a nice
Keep going. Keep
long
going. No,
video.
we just read them and then we're gonna go back.
Okay, the 13th, which I've never seen.
Okay.
They say it's available on Netflix.
It
You ever
is.
seen it?
I started watching it. I don't know what happened. I think I fell asleep. Not that it was boring. I was tired, but
She said she talked about systematic issues, mass
no, I know what it's
incarceration.
about. I just
Oh,
have
I
to
never
to
seen it.
watch it all through.
And then the Black Power mixtape. Never seen it.
That's on Netflix.
Mm, it's about where is it at? It's not saying where it is, but it sets the record straight about the history of Black Panther Party, Stokely Carmichael, and Angela Davis.
I might have seen that. That might be on Netflix. So
And
that's it.
that was their top five.
Who wrote this?
Um, the Crimson White.
I wonder if they got Alabama State. I mean, not Alabama, University of Alabama.
It says UA. It might be University of
No
Alabama.
wonder, bitch, you in Alabama, Tuscaloosa at that. You don't know you talk. It was this a white person or a black person?
Oh, let me see who wrote this. Dude, Christian Flinch is. They're not giving me a color of a person. They're not giving me a picture.
Let me look that person up right now.
Michaela Wyatt, she's black. The other writer is black.
Christian Flinch.
Uh-huh. Finch, Finch. And then the other person is Michaela Wyatt, and she's black.
Okay, so they ain't gonna go to the person. All right.
Yeah, they're not showing who that is, but the other girl is black. So here's a question before we get off that I want to ask you because I like to set you off. Do you think that there should be a White History Month?
For what?
This I saw that question on
For
one of the
what?
sites.
Y'all celebrated all. Y'all put that shit in our face every year. All 365 days of the year, and half that shit don't even be true.
But I feel like that is a thing when you got the Irish, you got St. Patrick's Day, you got it's
So
it's
I'm
still a celebration of different cultures that are white, like
but
Anglo-Saxon.
then what is white history?
That's another thing. What would you celebrate?
Because what you mean by white history?
Girl, this was a question
No, no,
online.
no, 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 no. This is rhetorical.
Oh,
I'm not, girl. I know you don't get the answer because ain't nobody got the answer. Because let's be real, girl. Let me tell you this. History Channel. I used to hate watching the History Channel sometimes because you know why? Because you know mother. You know why?
wow.
Yeah, we're talking about the damn Vikings. I don't give a flabbergaster about the damn Vikings. I don't care. It's either the Vikings or Abraham Lincoln. You know how much shit they got on Abraham Lincoln ass? I'm sick of it. But yeah, History Channel show all the white folks stuff. It barely show black folks. They just now
History
started
Channel,
it.
that is true. They
And
say we celebrate the accomplishment of white people every day. Calls to celebrate whiteness, ignore the institutionalized celebration of whiteness. They're saying that it gets celebrated every day.
It does.
And a socialist explain why it's ridiculous for us to have a White History Month when
It is.
this is an article that said that like this is ridiculous concept.
It is. It's stupid.
It's
That's
like why would we give the white supremacists a whole month when they do this every day?
like I'm gonna be honest with you. Since I call myself a historian because I love history and stuff. I actually sat there and watched that because on they rarely show it probably now, but they used to show like it wasn't a documentary, but it was like I guess it was a documentary on the Ku Klux Klan. I'll watch it. I just sit there and watch it, and I was like, oh, this is evil.
You know what's scary? That I reside in the state.
I know,
Started.
girl.
And when I'm in small towns, I get out of there immediately.
Hell yeah, girl, sundown towns. It's so funny because did you watch Lovecraft Country?
Yes, I did. And I
Girl,
was
do you know
like,
how many people did not know about sundown towns until that show?
I knew about it, but I didn't know about it till I moved to Indiana.
I
Like,
knew
oh,
about
I
it.
gotta get out. No, I'm like, well, you from the South. I'm from what,
Oh yeah, you're right.
Chicago.
But
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like I'm surprised you didn't know because they
I
got
mean, I knew about it, but I
Chicago.
never experienced it till I moved here. Like, oh, we got to get up out of here. Like, I never had that feeling in Illinois. But when I moved here, I'm like, oh, okay, now I'm in this scenario. Like, I knew the concept, but I didn't know
See, that's
I would have
crazy
never
because
been in
they
this
got that in
scenario.
Illinois too. But see, I guess because you was always in
I'm
Chicago.
in a city,
Yeah,
so
so you never really ventured out. Which no, I
mm,
get that.
yeah.
Yeah, like
So
in the
yeah,
like okay, so because even when we go down, like I think we were going to Florida, down South Georgia. It's some exes like, girl, don't stop there. Mm. Keep your ass. Make sure you got enough gas so you don't have to go to this exit. Now going to Mississippi, I don't remember them be like, "Oh, we can't stop here," you know. But I know that they exist. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, yeah, I never heard my parents when we driving say, "Hey, we ain't gonna stop here. We just gonna, you know."
but
So,
it
but
exists. It
oh, it
exists.
exists.
And I always tell because they have those gas stations that be looking like them old gas stations you be seeing in them scary movies.
Girl, I ain't finna stop here.
With the one gas station and the convenience store across the street, let me get
I
the
ain't finna stop here.
heck up out of here immediately. But
Mm-mm.
yeah, so I think we managed to stay on topic. I think we only veered off for a short while and we managed to stay on topic.
But I'm not done because that list that you said about the black.
I need to find the one on Twitter too that she
Because
gave
first of
me.
all, half that stuff, I don't know. Like, okay,
Well, you want to see the one with a girl? The girl.
on Twitter, yeah,
Let me share what the Twitter girl said. She's black, so you probably will find her more credible than the other one.
yeah. Because the other one, because I mean, you mentioned a thing with Beyonce.
They said "Black is King" was empowering, and it was beautiful to
I
watch,
mean,
and
it
I
was,
feel like it was empowering to a sense, but I don't think it's like a classic. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, like education. I mean,
All right. So this is what I have to cut this down. Let me see.
okay.
So this is what she said.
Mm-hmm.
I've asked this on multiple platforms, so here's my list of black-led films that give me joy. Fast Color is amazing. Three generations of black women with special abilities, and it was character-driven and really well-written. And you can find it on Netflix and Hulu. The Girl with All the Gifts, currently free on YouTube and Tubi. It's a zombie movie with a young black girl as the lead, and just really good storytelling. The Harder They Fall is a black
Ooh,
cowboy
that's a good
original
movie.
That
movie,
was a
a
good movie.
Netflix
That's a
original
good
movie. Words cannot express the amount of black joy I get from this movie. It is just amazing. Uncorked is another Netflix original, and it's just a regular guy who wants to be a sommelier, which is like a
I
wine
saw this. It was
taster
good.
or something
Yeah,
to that effect. I don't fully understand what a sommelier is, but he's just a regular guy who wants to do what he wants to do instead of going to the family business, and he's just allowed to be a regular black person. It's really good. Project Power, another Netflix original. It's really good really good action movie. This pill gives you powers, but you don't know if your powers are going to be good or detrimental to your health. It's just really fun time. Jingle Jangle is really cute. It's full of magic and wonder. It's a great story about family, and it introduces like Afro.
Did you see Jingle Jangle?
Okay. I'll probably watch it. I wasn't in the mood. You know, when Christmas come around, I'm not really in the mood to be festive.
When Christmas come around, I don't really want to look at Christmas movies. That's what
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
no, I'm saying that's what you just said.
No, I'm serious. Like, holidays just not the same without certain people, and you
yeah,
know.
I agree with that. I struggle with Christmas now. I get it.
I thought it. Like it looked cool, but I just couldn't. I just didn't have the urge to be like, oh, let me watch it. Now I watched this Christmas, I guess, because it is a Christmas movie, but it's funny. Like you don't really know it's a Christmas movie until you see that. Oh, that's it's around Christmas, or if you don't see the title. But this is strictly off of Christmas and the themes and stuff. So I don't know.
It was kind of cool. Then they said,
Never going to need in my life. Outside the Wire, Netflix original, really good action.
I watched some of that. That was kind of good.
On Disney Plus, Cinderella with Whitney and Brandy was just
that was
my house.
everything.
Out of Time is live action, even though this looks animated. Now it's a B sci-fi time travel aliens movie, The Black Female Detective. That I ended up enjoying way more than I thought I would, and I really want a sequel. This is on Amazon Prime.
Okay, that was it. Okay. So what did you think about her list?
Her list made some sense. I feel like a lot of people are still missing a lot of other movies though.
Now, what movie do you think is empowering? Then let's get into your set.
Okay, so Meteor Man.
Yes,
that's technically the first like live action, but like superhero.
That was
like first of all, I'm putting this out there. I hope I meet Robert Townsend one day because he has really impacted my life with his movies. Baps.
Yes. If you want to do Robert Townsend, you got to put the 5 Heartbeats in there.
You ain't let me finish though.
My bad.
The Temptation movie. Hell, the Jackson 5 movie.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was
yes.
That was good. Like that was very empowering. Like look where they came from and look what they became.
That's true. You're right. Robert Townsend is so underrated.
He's so underrated.
I should do a video on him because he is so underrated.
Oh, please let me be on there because I'm like Robert Townsend fan. I love him.
Oh, okay. Yes. I'm saying okay. I wasn't being sarcastic.
Nah, you know, because you be funny sometimes, little nigga. You be funny sometimes. Yo, irony. I'm gonna let you slide on that one, my nigga. I'm gonna let you slide on that one. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, for real, like when I tell people my top movies, they be like Meteor Man. I'm like, hell,
Meteor Man was so. It had a message for real in that movie. It had a message
for real. Or they'd be like, oh, Meteor Man. Yeah, because that was the movie.
Meteor Man was a good one.
All right, so we talking about black movies, right?
And power movies, yeah. I'm trying to think of my favorite. You kind of named all my favorite ones. Right. Sparkle wasn't a bad one. I don't think
that was empowering though.
It wasn't empowering, but
that kind of was trauma. Okay, let's.
What about Dreamgirls?
The first Sparkle was good. The second,
it was. I didn't see the second one.
Don't see it. Okay. It's not realistic to me. Yeah. So Dreamgirls, that was empowering a little bit.
Preacher's Wife.
Black Panther. Why they name Black Panther?
Why didn't they name Black Panther? What about Preacher's Wife?
Empowering, yeah, that's. I didn't feel empowering, but that was a good, loving black movie.
It was a light, but you're right. Why wasn't Black Panther on anybody's list?
Like on anybody's list, that should have been number one.
I don't know about number one. I liked the movie, but everybody. The hype, I was just kind of like.
So what you thought should have been number one?
I like The Color Purple.
I wouldn't say Color Purple is inspiring though.
It's not inspiring, but like when you talk about empowering movies, I think it was a Nelson Mandela movie I watched. I don't know the name of it. That one was very empowering to me. Nelson Mandela, I love him. Like, yeah, I don't remember the name of it though. And it wasn't the one with Idris Elba. It was another one. Because it was another one, but it wasn't. It wasn't Idris.
I'm just mad you said not the one with Idris Elba, bro.
No, I mean it was a good movie, but I saw one
I
where it was
know.
another person, but I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah. I'm trying to think some more. It'll come to me, I guess. But there's plenty of other ones that they could have definitely listed. Also, too, okay, Malcolm X. I would put that in the middle because there was some trauma, and it was empowering.
I mean, the part that I saw Malcolm X, he got killed. That's the part I saw. And
I'm
that was the part that I knew that happened. And I was just like, okay. And I
I
never
feel
went
like
back to watch the whole thing.
the trauma part was because a lot of people didn't know about Elijah Muhammad and his, you know, what he was doing.
Allegedly.
You right, allegedly.
We ain't trying to get sued, and they don't
I
play.
you right, allegedly.
Right.
That's why I said I feel like it's kind of half and half. Cause some of that stuff I didn't know, and I felt a little traumatized. Like, well, damn. Like, who can you trust?
No one.
I know. That's the bad part.
Right. I'm trying to think of a movie like growing. Oh my God, this is not empowering at all, but it's a black movie. Breaking. I love that movie.
How'd that go?
Breaking. It's like a break dance movie.
Oh, girl, you took it back.
The Last Dragon. The Wiz.
Okay, The Wiz kind of
The
empowering.
Wiz was a scary movie, but it was still
It
good to
was, but
watch.
it
It
still
was
was empowering.
creepy. It was very scary and very creepy.
Yeah, it was creepy.
Yeah.
Hmm. Trying to see any other empowering movies.
I think we named some really good ones earlier, like
We
The Time
did.
to Kill and all. I think we named some really good
Yeah.
ones. Let me look up some black empowerment.
What about? Okay, let's just talk about feel good black movies. I like The Woods. I feel like The Woods is a classic black movie because it just showed black kids being kids and growing up into adult. It shows you that black people are not a monolith. Like, we have different personalities, we think differently, we don't have the same mindset. And I really like the Woods for that. I like Soul Food for that. Hell, I like The
What
Best
about Best
Man.
Man? Oh,
I just about to say, your ass don't let me finish, but
Love and Basketball.
you hear something funny. A lot of people have lately been like loving basketball when they said when they got older they feel like it's trash. When they watched it, they was like it's trash, and I was like, what? A lot of people said loving basketball is trash.
How was it trash? It was a love story from kids. They grew up, and of course, he didn't want her until he was not the star anymore. But they still.
I just want
I
everybody
guess
to
that
make sure you
wasn't
heard.
that
Can you
great.
repeat that for the people in the back? I don't think they heard you.
He didn't want her until he wasn't the star anymore. He had to learn some lessons to get her, but she waited on him. She waited on that man.
I ain't waiting for no nigga. If you don't want me now, if
She
you don't let
waited.
me know, I'm not waiting for you. Cause
She waited.
I'm not waiting for you.
She
It
waited.
must have been good, cause I ain't waiting.
What about Love Jones?
Okay. Love Jones was toxic as hell.
How?
As I got older and watched it, I just feel like it was toxic because I don't know. I've seen it through maybe 2 times, so I have to rewatch it again. But I'm not saying it was bad, but they just was toxic for each other.
They were, but that's what made it a good movie because they weren't right for each other, but they were.
Oh, okay. Color of Friendship.
Never saw it.
Yo, you need to write down all the black movies you never seen, and we're gonna watch it. Cause I'm sick of this shit.
They named Antoine Fisher.
That was kind of half and half. It was some trauma in that, but it was empowering to see where he came from.
Then they named the Princess and the Frog, but they were amphibians the whole time.
First of all, that goes back to what we was talking about black characters, and then they not being turning into cartoon characters to show real life or some emotion or something we was talking about. I think we talked about like a little dabbed into that a little bit.
Yeah. Then you got Ray.
Ray was not empowering. That just showed his life story. That was a hoe and a druggie and made good music.
Jamie Foxx killed that
Oh,
role though.
I thought he was Ray Charles for a moment. I'm
He
like,
killed
nigga,
that
this.
role though.
I thought Ray Charles died. Who is this?
Fences. I never seen Fences.
Okay, I never seen Fences, but from what I've read in the stuff, that it seemed a little traumatizing. I don't know. I'm gonna have to watch that movie. I want to watch that movie though.
Barbershop franchises. It was a couple of them.
I don't know about empowerment, but it was good to see. I mean, it's a good movie for black people. I was gonna say.
I never seen Tangerine. They named that.
Tangerine.
Girl, I don't know, but that was last on the list, so I guess they just had to add something there.
Yeah.
It was like Cinderella dragged that girl by her hair from the flop house. Oh, girl, this sound like a low budget
I mean, clearly low
ordeal.
budget.
Yeah, I think we pretty much covered most of them. Let me see if there's another one. Because some of these we've already covered. Girls Trip,
For empowering or just a
not
good?
for empowering, just a good
Oh,
black
just a good
movie,
black movie. Yeah, that
a
was a good
feel
black.
good movie.
That's a lot of movies. Oh,
What
I'm
about
gonna.
the Django?
That was good, but that was traumatizing,
Very.
especially when she got
Ali.
whipped. That was a good. Yeah, that was good.
Let me see. We almost there.
What about I'm gonna get you, sucker? That was a funny movie.
That
You ever
was
seen that?
hilarious. That was I seen that.
Girl, that
That
was
was
funny.
hilarious. Well, then you could go with Friday with stuff like that, like
Oh
Friday one, two,
yeah, all the
three.
Friday franchise. Friday the third Friday is a Christmas movie. I just want to let that be known.
That is the best movie though. That's my favorite
That
one.
okay, I don't know about the best. That's the second.
That's the best Friday. What's your favorite Friday?
The first Friday is the best to me.
I've seen it too many times. I can recite it till it's not funny no more because I
I
can
can
say
recite
the
all
whole
of them,
movie.
but the first one is the best. Then the third Friday. Then the second Friday is gonna be last because it
The
was like,
second one is Derek's favorite. He loved Pinky.
really,
Yes, he loves the second one. Then you got a Hustle and Flow. They named.
yeah.
That was traumatizing to me. Hidden Figures.
Hidden Figures definitely was empowering. If I really liked the science and math, I would have did that. But I don't like it.
Pariah. I never heard of that movie.
Pariah.
Hmm.
I ain't never
It's
heard
a LGBTQ black movie.
LGBTQ.
Yeah. Would I say it wrong?
Girl,
I did I not say it right?
you said so wrong.
LGBTQ.
You said two.
First of all, y'all, we are up in the middle of the night at this point. So what she
Girl,
not
I
gonna
looked up
do?
at the time. I was like, damn, it's this time.
Yes, 1 in the morning. Okay, so Inside Man. I never heard of that.
You never
Tra-
seen that? That's a good movie.
Training Day.
Training Day was not a positive light. That made
First of all, if he was gonna win, why didn't he win off of
from
Malcolm?
Malcolm X.
I never saw the movie, but I'm like, if he was gonna
That's
win, he could have
another
just
okay. That's another thing about what these Oscar wins on these negative roles.
Holly Berry.
She had to get her back blown by a white man to win an Oscar.
Dear White People. I never seen that.
Yeah, it's good. It's on Netflix.
Oh, okay. I never saw that. Have you seen the new Bel Air?
So I got my vices with that, right? I've seen people say it's good, but this I just want to say this, and this kind of pissed me off because a lot of people are saying that the first one was goofy and funny and wasn't like drama filled.
It was.
No. It was goofy and funny, but they did talk about some very important topics on
No,
that
that's what
show.
I'm saying. It was drama in that.
Oh, okay, my bad. Girl, you
Yeah, I'm
gotta,
sorry. I'm
yeah,
sorry. I'm
because
sorry.
I thought, girl, you about to get cussed out, but not for real. I won't cuss you out, but no, I won't do that because I love you. No, but it just made me mad when they said that. I'm like, so y'all forgot the episode when Carlton took the drugs, or y'all forgot the episode with the gun, the episode when they got stopped because they
That
was
was
in
the
a nice
one because
car.
Carlton didn't realize it was because they was black.
And because
That's
they
the
were
first
black,
time
and
he
he was just
realized it. Yeah.
that probably was one of the most deepest, like racial wise episodes throughout the season. Hell, even when with Will and his dad.
That's my favorite one. That's when I knew Will was an actor.
Oh yeah, because I cried too. I was like, why
Every
he
time I
don't want
watched that,
you?
every time I see that
Why he
episode, I
don't want
cry.
you? That
Why
has
don't he
made me
want me, man?
sad.
Why don't he want me, man?
Why
Oh,
he
that
don't want
still
me?
give me
I was
chills.
like, baby, oh, I'm so sorry. He don't want you. That was sad. So it just kind of made me mad when they trying to play it off like, yes, it was funny, but they had some deep conversations.
They
Even
did.
it's so many. Even with okay, when they friend was a fugitive for the Black Panther, that episode, it's so many episodes they really got deep. So miss
I
me with that.
I think that people are like, well, because this one is like like this ain't a comedy at all. So I don't know if they're saying because
Oh,
there's no
okay.
funny elements in this at all. Like it is. I mean, it is. Will is still goofy and making little jokes, but I mean,
It's no humor in it.
Jeffrey is a henchman.
They got yo, but I ain't trying to hold you. Jeffrey in the first one could have been a henchman. We just didn't know.
You right, because he watched the kids more than they did.
Jeffrey had his own life. I would love to know the background on the first Jeffrey too.
I wonder if they're gonna give us a backstory of Jeffrey on the new
That's
one. We ain't
because
gonna get one of
yeah,
the old
I
ones.
know because but I
But
don't
what
like.
did you think about Hillary? What do you think about the new characters like Hillary
That's what I'm saying.
Carlton?
I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to get to the point of I don't
Oh
know if
my
I
bad.
watch it because why the freak? Like I don't like this whole new concept of trying to revamp or reboot shows that don't really need to be rebooted. Like that, I heard about them rebooting Martin. No, keep Martin as is. Leave it there. Don't try to reboot Little
There
Sister.
is no new Martin without Martin.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And then you really can't do it without Tommy. So no.
Yeah.
So I just when I first saw it, I'm kind of still against it. Like I don't know, maybe one day when I get really bored, really bored, I'll watch it. But for now, I'm just like irritated because that's a classic in itself. Why did we need to redo it, or why did y'all need to reboot it? Maybe you know what they probably should have did.
What?
They probably could have did like either a prelude Fresh Prince type of thing, or they could have did like life after, when they kids grew up or something. But don't try to like that whole will. Like we already know the story. I don't know. I'm just feeling iffy about it. Like I'm still like,
I watched it and I like it for what it is because they're trying to make it more modern and this and that. So I like it for that aspect of it. I mean, you got Carlton. He really is on drugs in this one, but it still covers like the basic stuff, like the foundation. Carlton was jealous of Will. We knew that was a big thing,
yeah,
in the original because Uncle Phil was catering more and relating more to Will just because they were in the
the same
hood.
spot.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? So I feel like Will was reminding them of where they came from, which is why they related to him more, and that is still shown in this new one. You know,
ain't the new Uncle Phil an alpha?
yes,
That shit was funny. And when I saw that, I was like, oh hell no.
he is an alpha, and he is trying to be a district attorney, which we knew that was the end of Fresh Prince of Bel Air when he was trying
No,
to run for that.
he's trying to be
Uncle Phil was trying to run for that on the last couple of
not a
seasons.
district attorney because Uncle Phil was a judge. He was trying to be like
Oh,
a
he was trying to be a judge.
No, he was already a judge. I think he was trying to be like a governor or something, mayor or something, like something else. He was,
Oh, okay.
yeah, he like you wouldn't go from dish like a judge to district attorney.
Girl, I don't know.
I'm
And
telling you,
then
no, I'm just saying, like you just wouldn't do that
oh,
unless
okay.
you really don't, unless you want to go backward. But people don't. It's usually the other way around.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Viv is a teacher who's lost her way. And then
What that
there's
mean? Lost her way? What that mean?
she used to be an artist, but now she's kind of like in the shadow of the new Uncle Phil.
I don't like that. See, I don't like that.
Right, and but she wasn't in the shadow in the
She
original.
had her own, and I'm only talking about the first unveil because the second one.
Y'all need to quit being mean to the light skin Aunt Viv. She was just taking
No,
over for the dark
I'm
skin.
not even trying to be funny, Renita. Like, if you really look at it, the first unveil had a life. She had her own identity. I feel like the second one was kind of ditzy at times. It was just like, girl, why
Well,
are
I
you
don't understand why they couldn't replace her with another dark skinned woman. That's what
that?
I didn't understand.
I didn't understand that either, girl.
Because
Look,
what would explain Carlton and Ashley at that point? Because Hilly was the only light skinned kid. And what I like about the new one is all the kids are dark skinned in the new Bel Air.
see, I also got
There's
a,
not one light skin. The lightest person in that house is Will.
I got a bone to pick though, because they don't have. I think some of them are African actors or British actors.
I don't know. I
From
probably
what I
believe
think,
you.
Carlton, he's African or British or something. He's not African American.
No, I could tell by his face he's not.
Yeah,
His features.
so that's another thing too. It's just like, bruh, if we're talking about African Americans or Black Americans, as you want to call it, why are you getting like? You can't tell me there was other actors that didn't do good. I'm sorry, it's just no way.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I have to look that up. I have to look that up. I don't know.
So I don't know. Maybe when I get bored, like I said, I'll be so bored. I'm like, girl, let me just look on this, see what it's about.
It's not that bad because me and Derek we watched it because we didn't have nothing to,
It's, you proving my point, girl. You are proving my point.
because I was like I'm cool with the first one. Like I don't need a second one. You know what I'm saying?
See,
So I
what
kind of was
I'm
on that
saying?
too.
Like, and I just realized that Fresh Prince is older than me by a couple of days.
Fresh Prince was it was iconic. It was up there with
Like
Martin.
that
Like
came out in the '90s. I was born September 25th, 1990. That came out September. Like, so it's a connection between me and Fresh Prince. We grew up
well,
together.
Will Smith in the new one, he put a gun in the gangster's face. So they made it really more modern than Ashley. I think they're trying to tip off that she is into girls. And then this new Hillary, she ain't ditzy at all. She is all about being an individual, finding her way. Like they switched her whole character up.
I mean, okay.
Which I'm just telling you what the new
No,
characters
no,
are.
no, no. I get what you're saying, but I feel like with the old Hillary, she was dissy, but she was finding her way. She
She
just found it
was.
in a dissy way. Like
But it looked
I think
like her
Hillary
and
was
Jazzy
smart
Jeff
at
in
times.
the
I think
new
she just
one,
played that role to not have to deal with a lot of shit.
so she wouldn't have to be bothered.
Yes, cause let's be real. A lot of people be playing dumb because they don't want to deal with the bullshit.
That's true. And then you have Jazzy Jeff is in it too, and he
Yeah.
owns a record store, and he's a Uber driver, sort of.
What? So he owned a record store in Philly or in L.A.
L.A. That was always Will's friend in L.A. Jazzy Jeff was his friend in L.A. in
I
the
think it
old
was
one
his
too.
friend in Philly too.
They had met. That was his only friend. That was his first friend when he moved to Bel Air.
Are
So
you
they kept that
sure? Because
consistent.
they talked about Philly like back in the day, like they were reminiscing about Philly and stuff.
You think I well in the new one it's LA, but I thought in the old one that was his only
I
friend
had
in
to look that up
Bel Air too.
because I really thought,
That wasn't his Philly friend in the old one either though.
I really thought, no, I really thought like he knew him and he just so happened to had come out there.
I don't think
And
so,
but
but I'd have to
now
look
he's
at
from
the
Philly.
episodes again because I don't. I thought Jazzy Jeff was always his friend in Bel Air. I didn't think he was
Yeah, I'm
ever
gonna
a
have
Philly
to go
friend.
back too because I there was a time when they was like, you remember this in Philly and da da da. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back.
Mm. Well, cousin, I think that we are officially off the
Yeah,
subject.
because girl, we done hit 2 hours. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I gotta edit anyway. My thing.
Damn, that's a lot. Some stuff
So,
you gonna edit and it makes sense. I'm sorry, cause I try not to say that
I
for
mean, I don't edit out too much stuff. Like we talk, like
yeah.
the most time I think we was around this time last time, and I think only 30 minutes got cut out. So it wasn't that much. I try to keep most of it in because if you're gonna listen, you're gonna listen. If you're not, you're not. Yeah.
We
So
appreciate if you listen, but if you
we
don't, feel bad.
do because and we still need topics from you guys because
Yes,
we did really good staying on the top. I think we just veered off, and I think we could just be
we
getting sleepy because it's 2 o'clock. So, cousin, as usual, this has been a good time. Can you think of a subject for next week? I mean, next time, or we just gonna wing it
we're
again?
gonna wing it. But I just want to say that I asked people on Instagram and nobody said nothing, and I cussed them clean out.
Because nobody said anything.
Girl, yes,
How you gonna get mad because people don't answer you?
because okay, this what it was. I saw people saw they looked at the video but didn't say nothing. So that's why I cussed them out. So you saw when I was asking for topics, but you ain't say nothing. Oh, I
You
cussed
need
them out.
anger management. That's what you.
No, I don't, girl. Anger management where you get mad at everything. I don't get mad at everything. But that was irritating because it's like, so you see why I'm asking for ideas, but y'all not gonna answer? Oh, okay. I got y'all. I remember that shit.
Well, we seem to be doing real good finding our own topics. I mean, we keep veering off of it, but we still we make. We,
We, we did good this
I
time.
think we did good this time, and I think that we agreed more than we disagreed. This is the first episode where we agree more than we disagree.
Yeah, because it'd be you.
What? On that note.
Oh, now you want to look. Now you want to cut it off, y'all. And on that note, goodbye.
but
Oh,
but every audience, thanks for listening. And if you do have a topic and
let
you
us
see the
know.
video, Candice is watching, so you need to answer on the comments.
Okay, that was on Instagram. Y'all see how she try to play me, right? She just take my words out of content. Go ahead and end this so I can cuss you out.
All right, everybody. And until next time, don't
Thank you for
forget to be
listening. Don't forget
thank
us.
you.
Follow her
Oh yeah, up here you'll see where you will
up at the
follow
top.
Candice ABCDEFG underscore, and then you actually it's at LA underscore TX underscore MD underscore GA for Candice, and follow me at BE underscore your own kind. Look at the look she giving me because I always make fun of her handle. Say bye to the people, cousin.
Y'all have a good night.
Don't forget to be kind to yourself and each other. Bye.